hard to combine everything. No, I don't think it's hard to combine everything. I think a lot is about finding in each song, finding the right register for every player and every instrument. And like, usually when composing, we have the low section where the guitar and the bass and the brass section, especially when doing the orchestration, like the trombones and tubas are. And then there's the higher section where we usually have the kanteles and the strings and woodwinds and that kind of stuff. So that's more often than not the palette we use, but there's different stuff in different songs, and sometimes we have the kantele playing the lower areas and we don't use. It's kind of varies with the song in the album. How has the sound progressed? I think that the main progression that we have had from the first album is that we brought in the orchestra and the orchestra players. So as you can hear in Tribe right now, it's a pretty big orchestral sound that we're doing to the second album. That there was some synths used on the first in songs like Aallot and Syksystä talveen, but we didn't use any orchestral stuff not so much on the first album. So that's the main difference between the first and the second.
In addition to the kantele in various songs on our new album, I do play some other instruments too. Some flute in a couple of songs, some bones and an antler in one of the songs. They really have quite a nice percussive sound, and we bought a big one, a big frame drum for a couple of songs too, which is a bit out of tune at the moment because it's so hot in here.
This concert kantele is mainly played by plucking the strings, and the reason why we have two kanteles in the band is because the range of this instrument is bigger than the range of Eppu's smaller kantele.
Yeah, but actually we wanted another kantele player just because of that. I can't reach the highs and lows with this one, and I didn't ever have any time to practice playing a big one before going to studio, so we really needed a pro kantele player. So the main difference between this kind of small kantele and other Western stringed instruments which you can hit with plectrum or nails or something is that the lowest string is actually lowest and the highest is highest. So when I strum guitar from lowest to highest string, I strike it down, the main hit. But because the sound needs to be kind of the same, I need to invert my stroke pattern. And also with guitar, I'm used to touching those strings I want to hear, and with this one I need to touch the strings that I don't want to hear. So playing chords is quite different in my brain. The similarities with guitar: this is an electronic instrument and I can plug it in the amp, and I use some pedals. I have overdrives and distortion and whammy for some added octaves, because at first we didn't have Ida-Maria to help me to play the high notes, so the whammy was really useful for that, and I have some delays there too.